Social distancing is for pussies who likes to drink disinfectant brushes.
I wish this choice had never come to me. I wish none of this had happened.
So do all who live to see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us.
I wish the ring had never come to me. I wish none of this had happened.
So do all who live to see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. What's happening out there?
Shall I describe it to you? Or would you like a box?
What's happening out there?
Shall I describe it to you? Or would you like me to find you a box?
You should not encourage him.
You should not doubt him.
I do not doubt his heart, only the reach of his arm.
Why should Merry be left behind? Why can he not fight for those he loves?
You know as little of war as that hobbit. When fear takes him, and the blood and the screams of the horror battle take hold, do you think he would stand and fight? He would try to do so. Province of
You should not encourage him.
You should not doubt him.
I do not doubt his heart, only the reach of his arm.
Why should Merry be left behind? He has as much cause to go to war as you. Why can he not fight for those he loves?
You know as little of war as that hobbit. When the fear takes him, and the blood and the screams and the horror of battle take hold, do you think he would stand and fight? He would flee, and he would be right to do so. War is the province of men, Eowyn.
Oi! We're coming too! Have to tie us up in a sack to stop us!
Anyway, you need people of intelligence on this sort of mission, quest, thing.
That rules you out, Pip. Oi! We're coming too! We'll have to send us all tied up in a sack to stop us.
Anyway, you need people of intelligence on this sort of mission, quest, thing.
Well, that rules you out, Pip.
We're all afraid, Frodo. But to let that fear drive us to destroy what home we have, well, why don't you see that as madness?
There's no other way.
What chance do you think you have? They will find you. They will take the ring. And you will beg for death before the end.
You fool. This is not yours, saved by unhappy chance. Might have been mine. Should be mine. Give it to me. Give me the ring.
We're all afraid, Frodo. But to let that fear drive us to destroy what hope we have, don't you see that is madness?
There is no other way.
What chance do you think you have? They will find you. They will take the ring. And you will beg for death before the end. Oh! It is not yours, saved by unhappy chance. It could have been mine. It should be mine. Give it to me. Give it to me. No. Give it.
What we need's a few good taters.
What's taters, precious? What's taters?
Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Lovely big golden chips and a nice piece of fried fish. And you couldn't say no to that.
Oh, yes, we could. Spoiling nice fish. Chips.
Oh, you're hopeless.
What we need's a few good taters.
What's taters, precious? What's taters, eh?
Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Lovely big golden chips with a nice piece of fried fish. Even you couldn't say no to that.
Oh, yes, we could. Spoiling nice fish. Give it to us raw and wriggling. You keep nasty chips.
You're hopeless.
Gandalf. Yes, that was what they used to call me. Gandalf the Gay. I am Gandalf the White, and I come back to you now at the turn of the tide.
Gandalf? Yes. That was what they used to call me. Gandalf the Grey. That was my name. Gandalf. I am Gandalf the White. And I come back to you now. At the turn of the tide.
Give up the halfling shield.
Good.
If you want him, come and claim him.
Give up the halfling shield.
If you want him, come and claim him.
Ninu hithaiglir lasto bethar, rimonin bruinen da nin ulayar.
Lasto bethar, rimonin bruinen da nin ulayar. Ninu hithaiglir lasto bethar, rimonin bruinen da nin ulayar.
Berlo quelm have a freoni feck and forth unsended, yen shulan singan gleomen soriende in meduselde, that Himana weareth, that his drukne dearest and Maya dearost.
Berlo quelm have a freoni feck and forth unsended, yen shulan singan gleomen soriende on meduselde, that Himano were his drukne dearest and Maya deoros.
One does not simply walk into Mordor.
One does not simply walk into Mordor.
Embrace the power of the ring or embrace your own destruction.
There can only be one Lord of the Rings. Only one who can bend them to his will, and he does not share power.
So you have chosen death.
Embrace the power of the ring, or embrace your own destruction. There is only one Lord of the Ring. Only one who can bend it to his will. And he does not share power. So you have chosen death.
I never thought I would die fighting side by side with an elf.
What about side by side with a friend?
Oh. Aye. I could do that.
Never thought I'd die fighting side by side with an elf.
What about side by side with a friend?
I could do that.
In the end, it's only a passing thing, this shadow. Even darkness must pass, and a new day will come. And when the sun shines, it'll shine out the clearer. Those are the stories that stayed with you, that meant something, even if you were too small to understand why. But I think, Mr. Frodo, I do understand. I know now, folk in those stories had lots of chances at turning back, only they didn't, because they were holding on to something.
You holding on to, Sam?
That there's some good left in this world, Mr. Frodo. and it's worth fighting for.
But in the end, it's only a passing thing. This shadow. Even darkness must pass. A new day will come. And when the sun shines, it'll shine out the clearer. Those were the stories that stayed with you. That meant something. Even if you were too small to understand why. But I think, Mr. Frodo, I do understand. I know now. Folk in those stories had lots of chances of turning back, only they didn't. They kept going. Because they were holding on to something. What are we holding on to, Sam? That there's some good in this world, Mr. Frodo. And it's worth fighting for.
Home is behind, the world ahead, and there are many paths to tread, through shadow to the edge of night, until the stars are all alight. Mist and shadow, cloud and shade, all shall fade, all shall fade.
I'm actually crying.
Nice one, Bill. Bring it home, son.